Okay, got a little distracted prepping for Team Cup, but now I'm back on sharing awesome information about things I learned at Summit. So there's a great lecture on overcoming fear, and I just wanted to give you guys some important tips that I learned during that training. The first is one that we kind of talk about a lot, which is making sure you really understand what you're trying to sell the customer, okay? Knowledge is power, and when you feel knowledgeable, you're going to have confidence, and people are going to see that confidence, and they're going to be more interested in what you're trying to offer them as a solution to their problems. Two, you want to make sure that you're thinking about the customer, not yourself, okay? We talk about that if you take my class about succeeding as an educator, and that involves really understanding their why and what they're going for, and not just selling them the most expensive challenge pack because you're worried about commission. If you sell them something that fits for them because you're worried about them, again, you're going to feel more comfortable with what you're doing. They're going to be able to see that, and they're going to be more excited about purchasing a product that's going to change their life versus just purchasing a solution that they're going to give up on in time. When it comes to Facebook, you want to make sure that your personal Facebook page, we talk about this, I don't like more than 60% of your posts to be about Beachbody products. I definitely don't want any of those being salesy, and they totally agree. They want you to be sharing, showing that you're doing your workouts, showing that you made a new shake, showing that you tried a Fix8 book, explaining that you can help people, but not being like, hey, size is on sale this month, why don't you get it right now, okay? Not stuff like that. Your cover banner should be explaining what you do. So that cover page photo should be about your brand and changing lives, and you can throw some Beachbody stuff in there too if you feel comfortable with that, but it should be a positive, health-related, changing life opportunity type banner on top of your screen. And a nice profile picture of you. Be very careful about what your picture looks like when you're tiny. She said that there was a photo of someone that looked like they were holding a machete, and when she like zoomed in on the photo, I forget what it was, but it was like a piece of food or something. And so make sure that you're visualizing what those images are going to look like on a mobile device, since most people do mobile devices nowadays. You then want to be posting up to 3 times a day. Realize those best times. We talk about that a lot. Morning, 7 to 9, 12 to 1 in the afternoon, and 6 to 9 in the evening. When you do that post, you want to make sure that you are available to respond and interact to people. So when I start doing my posts, I make sure I am around for the next 20 minutes so that if someone responds, I can re-engage with them. They also highly recommended using engagement questions and running polls. Polls you can only do on business pages. You can't do them on your personal page. But someone was talking to me yesterday about needing new recipes for a clean eating group they were setting up. And I said, well, why don't you just post on your wall, hey, I'm looking for a dessert clean eating recipe, and I bet you will get a ton of responses, okay? So this is going to make your clients and friends engage with you, and then you're going to see who's interested in health and fitness, again, relieving that fear of when you reach out to them to offer help that they're not going to be interested. Okay? Every time you're doing a post, consider your audience and ask if this is something that your audience wants to see. Does it have an eye-catchiness to it? Is the photo original to you? Okay? Realize, people repost photos all the time, and there's nothing really wrong with that as long as some of these photos are original to you as well, because anyone can go off Google and just download stuff. But when you even just put your brand logo on it and maybe a little quote about how it's inspiring you, that can be a game changer for your business. Once you're ready, you would then want to make sure that you start a like page. This is going to happen once you understand your niche. So as you guys know, my niche is all about dogs and human health together. So mine is Let's Heal Together, healthy living and eating for humans and dogs. And I post information on both humans and dogs' health on that page, okay? Again, the cover banner needs to be related to something that you want to offer them, okay? So not like, hey, let's buy size, but are you ready to change your life, okay? if you are, contact me. But it can be like a salesy thing, but not buying a specific program. And there's actually ways for you to add links on your page so that you can say, are you ready to change your life? Let me help you, would be a more appropriate way to write it. I'm doing this off the cuff, sorry. And then there's a button that you can add to your cover page that will say, like, click here for shop, or click here to learn more, whatever you want to bring them to your landing page, okay? Make sure you're doing videos of you. If you're posting videos, they should be of you, at least occasionally. Remember, it's not about being perfect, it's about being honest of who you are, because that's what being a coach is about. It's about being relatable to that client, not being a fitness professional, okay? So make some videos, even if it's just for, fun, to make fun of how bad you are at size, or that you tried a headstand and fell over. It doesn't matter, okay? You want to invite your friends and family to that page consistently, okay? Don't just do one invite. They have to keep going back. They have to keep liking stuff on that page for you to generate that response of getting new customers driven to that page, okay? You also want to have freemiums through that page, contests through that page to help reach out and get more engagement in people, okay? And then you want to follow that jab, jab, hook, uppercut method where you contact them, follow up, and then hook them in for that sale, okay? As you guys know, I'm a huge believer in Facebook boosts and ads. I get a ton of new clients from this, so if you feel that you're exhausting your friends and family, you may want to consider doing Facebook ads as an option. There is 2 lessons on that in Coach Basics, okay? You also want to always be keeping in mind, once you set up your LEC page, what your brand is, okay? Who you are and who you're trying to attract to this band. You want to know what your strengths are and roll with it. Don't try and be someone else. I post a ton of fitness videos because I'm totally confident posting myself working out. If that makes you uncomfortable, don't do that just because that's what I do. If you love baking, post a recipe that you made, because that is who you are, okay? So keep that in mind so that you can really be directing it towards the correct people. Okay. You also want to make yourself relatable. That's going to ease the customer's mind. So, I'm into extreme fitness, which causes quite a challenge for me. So I constantly remind people that I did not start at this level, that I can help anyone reach their goals, because it's about just being consistent and committed and moving, and not necessarily doing plyo push-ups on a medicine ball. Okay. You want to make sure that you're investing in personal development and social media training on a regular basis. We started doing hey, let's post some personal development every day in the group. Some of you guys have been participating. Thank you. I get that every day is a little bit of a commitment, but I won't lie. I make sure that I do some personal development every day. Sometimes I'm not posting because I don't feel it was something that informative that you guys would benefit from. It was something more personal to myself. But this is something I don't skip ever. And it really is a game changer for me. I'm going to go back to losing Rhett. I would have never been able to deal with losing my nephew if I was not doing personal development. I would never be where I am today in my business if I was not educating myself about how to appropriately use social media, and of course having patience throughout all of this. Okay, this is going to be a process, so be patient, but don't feel like you're constantly having to come up with new ideas. You can recycle content, you can overlap content in your groups, because of the factor that Facebook limits how much people are seeing. So posting something in multiple groups doesn't mean that the same person sees it 5 times. They might, but the chances are pretty slim. Okay, and make sure that you get in the habit of pre-scheduling stuff on the days that you're busy, and hiring help or delegating stuff out. As you guys are building your teams, ask your coaches to do stuff for you. This is just going to make them better leaders in themselves, and then you guys can each focus on your own strength. Like Marlene loves the 3-day refresh, and she runs a rocking informational group and a 3-day refresh group every single month. This is a huge strength for her, okay? I love educating people, so this is something that I focus on, and I'm going to be doing even more towards my brand. because I realize that a teacher is a natural thing about me, okay? So if you guys want me to teach your clients something, go for it. I utilize Marlene's 3-day refresh group because she's great at it, okay? So use each other's strengths to help make your business better. We are a team, and it's only gonna help you in the end. So I hope this helps you guys overcome some of your fears, and you start utilizing these tips in your business.